Welcome back to the Good Studio, powered by Asus. Here are the good news, where we basically talk about a lot of shit, really. You could ignore all websites for a week, because we literally have gone through a lot of topics today, and we'll go through a little bit more. Before we get into our general news of eSports, Hellspawn, just to add on to the StarCraft 2, just to keep people either hating us or loving us for continuing, you've just announced your sign-ups, right, for Dreamhack?
Yeah. It was a good day to finally get it out. We already announced the tournament and the prize money, 200,000 Swedish crowns. I think it's like $33,000, something like that. I don't know.
Not much.
Not so much, but
no,
hopefully people will show up anyway. But now you can actually sign up. I know that people did criticize, or you had some questions, Semmler. Maybe I should.
No, it wasn't criticizing. It was more like, why did you guys make the decision to stay with the same group stage? Is really what the people are wondering.
Yeah. The problem not the problem, but Dreamhack has so many different tournaments, and we try to have them at tournament computers. So I think maybe we will have 150 computers or something for this summer, which is a lot.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And we didn't steal one like you thought the other day when you were in my office. He was in my office and just like pointed at me.
Who?
Went, you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
He just goes. He's in the office room. And he goes, "What's that?" And I'm thinking, holy shit, there's some sort of spider that's mated with a mouse and a cockroach and it's going to eat my leg. He looked really paranoid, right? And the fact is, all he was pointing at was my PC, because it was the same brand as the ones you use, and you had one missing from Dreamhack, and you thought I would have stolen your PC from Dreamhack.
You didn't steal it from Dreamhack.
Yeah, I didn't steal it from you. I stole it from Stunlock Studios when I left.
Oh, so I was close anyway.
It was stolen, yeah. I meant to give it back at some point, but I just like teasing Tao, the community manager for Stunlock Studios. I like giving her shit. I said I'll give it back to her when they start doing good stuff with the game. So thanks for accusing me, long-term friend and trustworthy business partner.
I was just surprised.
Prick. Why were you surprised I had a PC from Dell?
Yeah, that's good.
Even though I'd rather have one from Asus, obviously. Because the Dell one's really shit.
But everyone knows Dell PCs are better though, so.
No, I like them both. Anyway, back to the question. What Dreamhack is about is actually that you should come there with your computer and be able to compete in the tournament you like, and you should be able to win the tournament. And what happened during 2011 was that we didn't have so many tournament computers.
Would you like to borrow one?
Yeah. And it was hard to manage like the BIOC and online qualifiers into something with invites that made some kind of sense.
Right.
So what we wanted to do is go back to the core of Dreamhack, that having an open tournament for everybody, so everybody can attend. So that's why we set 128 players for Stockholm. That didn't work out as I was hoping. We did some miscalculations on the schedule, going with a standard schedule for having only pro players, which made it, and then we didn't have so the groups filled out. But we're going to keep this free group stage for Dreamhack Summer. And the reason is that I don't think it's fair to having a player coming from, let's say, South Europe or maybe even Asia or North America, playing 1 or 2 games and then be out. So I like the group stage. I think it's fair for everybody. It's a good system. I like group play, and I think we're going to fill out the 128 slots. Of course, we will have that the first day, the Saturday, will not be as entertaining as some of the maybe American or ESL or maybe even Assembly. The first day will not be as interesting because it will be the first or second group stage. But I think still, from a tournament perspective, it's interesting. I mean, I will always remember that Mana, he came from the 512 BIOC at Dreamhack Winter 2010.
And came second.
And he came second, and he was so close to defeat Nama. So, I mean, Mana was known from his Brood War, but he was not so known in StarCraft 2 at that point.
Yeah.
So that's why we're running it like we do, and hopefully it turns out good.
And also a big question for you, obviously, because the sign-ups are announced. You've probably received lots of emails. How many email applications have you had so far?
Secret, but it's a lot.
Give us one name that someone has supplied. Come on. Don't be a pussy. Come on.
J-Dong.
Yeah, J-Dong has signed up. He's coming. No, if J-Dong comes, it would be great. Actually,
You think?
you know, I have maybe 3 to 5 stories in my life that I, you know, that I felt so bad for failing or being, you know, in a tournament or
Are they all
in
sex
World of
or-
Warcraft or something like that. No, only computer gaming.
Oh.
The other is long.
You have no stories.
One
okay.
one of those was at WCG. I had waited for J-Dong to sign because I was like, you know, getting the signs of some of the players for Rakaka. And then he like ditched me, so he didn't want to give me the autograph. And I was like, what the fuck? What happened? Because he was giving everybody. But it was like, you know, flies. People were all over him. Then after a while, after press conference, the translator or the manager or his manager said that he should sign me, give me the autograph, even though he didn't want to give it. Then when he started to write, the ink has dried out, so I didn't get the autograph. So, you know, Yedong, he has owned me once. It would be cool to have him at Dreamhack, so I can, you know...
Yeah, your mic is being
Yeah.
repelled from your face.
Yeah, like Yedong.
Yeah. All right. So you can bend it in. It's fine.
Translate
You can fix it now while you're off camera. All right. So
I'm sitting on the cord, that's why.
general. Yeah. Let's get over. So obviously general news in terms of the esports. It's nice to cover some general news, just not specific to the game. WCG. A little bit of a screw up in terms of their presentation of what they're doing. Originally, everyone thought they were announcing mobile games. And now they've actually said, no, there will be PC games. There is actually an article on rakaka.se that probably links somewhere, but mine's in Swedish right now because I don't have Translate on, so I don't really want to care to have a look at Rakaka. WCG ber och sagt... What's... I don't know.
Apologize. No, it was
Me,
said.
for my
No,
pronunciation.
the WCG
Alright.
apologized.
Should I apologize? Yeah, I thought you were like, apologize. You've just ruined our Swedish language. I was like, holy shit. First you think I'm stealing your computers, now I'm ruining your language. Should I tell you how many Swedish girls I've slept with as well, just so...
Probably more than I have. So.
Well, your family is quite big, yes. So, all right. So, let's get back into the news, Hellspawn, before we start fighting here. But basically, Hellspawn, you know a little bit more about this than Newman. So, WCG, and you guys are long-term members in actually having players there and attending WCG. So, tell us a little bit about it.
You want to go?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's a great tournament. They've been spending a lot of money on esports for like 10 plus years. Samsung has been putting up the money for a lot of years. What's funny though is that have any of these news been like official? Has everything been leaked, or have they said anything official on this subject that has basically been on their website?
Actually, it's a good point.
It
I don't know.
feels like there were a couple of leaks that basically that's made news basically.
I would assume that you know their partners all over the world has got kind of fed up with them.
Yeah.
So maybe they are spreading the emails like the one that got leaked to Rakaka.
Yeah, the first one was leaked to Cadred as well. So it's
The first one was leaked to Cadred. So I mean, probably it's a lot of partners that are not that happy.
And they've lost a couple of partners as well. I guess.
Yeah, a lot. They lost the American, they lost the Netherlands. I think they lost the German also for 2011. What's happening is that WCG has apologized to the partners and saying that we bring in PC games, which is great. So probably we'll have a Chinese tournament in 2012 with maybe Counter-Strike, maybe some Dota, League of Legends, probably StarCraft 2.
Lots of fans, hopefully.
Yeah.
Some people, though, are really upset. Some of the comments on Rakaka, some guy's been training Angry Birds for the last 6 months, and he feels he's wasted.
cheated.
Yeah, he's been cheated out. But
been taken for.
but WCG, just to talk about them in general, obviously they were the biggest back in the day. Samsung, obviously, back then, almost exclusively for a little while, and probably still do. But yeah, they gave out a lot of prize money, so it's nice to just see them around, and hopefully they do have a good showing. And actually, Hellspawn, you actually did a blog where we can see your beautiful face here, looking very smug, actually.
Yeah.
and you've actually done some of the prize money that has been, you've compared some of the prize monies, and you've got WCG in here. So let's just look at what WCG have been able to give out in the past couple of years. So you can actually see you've got ESWC 2003 to 11, 1.9 million, IEM, which is 2.8 million season 1 to season 6, and of course that 2.8 million people will be getting the Intel Extreme Masters money in their retirement fund. So some of that is still owed, but of course, it's great when you win that, because when you're old, you're going to still have that money to come in. And then also on CPL, which isn't around anymore, 2003, 2007, 3 million. And then WCG are actually up there next to League of Legends. In 2000 to 2010, they've given away 4.1 million. Of course, League of Legends in one season have given away 5 million, but they have been a really big contributor. But of course, the prize money is not all for the big PC titles. It does get spread around. I think Redstone was there once.
Yeah.
And, so it's still good.
It's a great tournament. They've been supporting esports, and I
Yeah.
mean, the smaller games, they've been supporting them as well, not just Counter-Strike. So that's a really good thing. They've basically been keeping some of the games, basically keeping them up.
Yeah,
Trackmania,
for sure.
example, basically been people train Trackmania all over the year because they know there's a World Cyber Games tournament coming up.
Yeah.
It's great. FIFA as well. It's a great tournament.
I mean, for me, the best Western, or not best Western, but the best tournament where Western players have participated is for sure WCG 2009 in China. I was on the location, and maybe the BlizzCon 2011 was even more hyped, but I mean, those players weren't there, or that audience weren't only there to see the esports and StarCraft. Yeah. At WCG, you more or less only have people who want to see the actual games. I mean, it was like 8,000 or 9,000 people in the audience. It was amazing. I just want to add to the chart that CPL, the first 3 years were missing, and Intel Extreme Masters have released a new season, and MLG were not included because it's hard to find the prize money earlier into 2008.
Okay.
And Dreamhack hasn't had so much prize money, so it's not worth to include.
Dreamhack. All right,
but still, I mean, what I'm furious at, I was at Team Liquid during WCG 2011, and what I am when I'm seeing all the comments is that people are forgetting what WCG has brought to esports. Like, we saw $4.1 million. That's more than anyone else have put into esports except of Riot. So I mean, okay, ESL, with all the tournaments, they probably put in more money. But still, I would think WCG has been the biggest in esports throughout history. So they have contributed so much. So I think you should show them some respect.
Yeah, and hopefully they can bring Twitch as a partner or something, because then you really need new streaming solution.
That's the craziest part, because I saw the own 3D stream in Korea, 720p, and it was awesome to see. Look at.
Okay.
But everybody all around at home, in the Western world, are complaining about the WCG 2011.
240p stream was so bad, it's crazy.
Yeah, I heard so, but still you should remember, it's on Neo TV, which is for sure the biggest Chinese TV channel, and it was on OGN who produced this, which is for sure the best production value anyone is doing in esports. I mean, they're doing it so amazing, and seeing it on location was great. I mean, they did the Pro League tournament also at the WCG 2011. That was amazing, and I'm just sad that the stream was so bad on the Western part, because in Korea the stream was great.
Yeah, you had to struggle to actually follow the tournament itself from home. So.
All right. So we'll see how it rolls out. Really, I think everyone's quite interested because everyone was kind of writing WCG off. So let's see what they're capable of doing.
I don't think people are interested though. I think they lost it because they have messed around too much. But
yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Esport changes quickly. Okay, so in other news, in general gaming news, Alienware Gaming Masters has been announced, where basically Alienware are doing some sort of competition. We're not really sure what. There's some countries involved, some not involved. We actually look at the website where they announced it. They've missed out some important countries here from the European regions where they're actually holding it, and they've just stated that they're going to be having first-person shooters, racing, sports, and real-time strategy. They've announced some of their captains as well, but do you guys know a little bit more about it? You should,
I should
because
be
you're
knowing a lot
sponsored
about
by
it.
Alienware.
Yeah, I mean,
Are you the project manager for it?
And Bling is actually one of the captains.
yeah, and our Trackmania player is
and
Bergie is,
he's
Norwegian captain as
representing
well.
Norway.
Yeah,
they
it
must
should-
have
it should
have spoke to you before they announced it to help. No, they would have, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I mean, we have known about it for a while. I mean, it's one of those. It's going to be a good tournament. It's not like one of these really big esports tournaments that's going to choose the winner of, or the best player in Trackmania or the best player in StarCraft. It's going to be like
The best country.
the best country in a couple of different games, basically.
And where is Sweden?
It's a funny event.
And
It's being run by Heaven Media, who's basically owning Cadred.
Yep.
As well, so it's. I'm guessing they pick the countries. So
Yeah, because the countries are UK, Germany, Norway, France, Switzerland, and Netherlands.
Yeah.
Which is the top 6, top 7 list on Cadre's website of visitors. No,
Dum dum dum.
Could be. I mean, it's a couple of the biggest countries in Europe, but Norway instead of Sweden was a bit weird. But I don't
But
know.
that's because Dignitas actually had a good player in Norway.
We have a couple of good ones in Sweden as well.
Not as good as Bergie, right?
Yeah, you can't compete.
He's like the
with
best
Yeah.
Trackmania player.
Yeah.
Frostboiler can.
But anyway, that's going to happen. When's it happening? Do you know? Has it been announced?
I actually don't know. If you go to alienwaremasters.com, you should be able to find out.
Oh yeah, it does say here. It says when it's happening. But do you know?
No,
He's reading it. It's right there, mate.
We
should be
just...
soon. I know the captains can't actually take part, so it's going to be quite interesting.
So what games are they choosing? What's the first person shooter?
Don't know. They haven't announced it yet.
They haven't told you yet,
I don't know. They probably told. I don't think they've told anyone basically.
right?
I'm guessing it's probably Trackmania.
Kind of
for
a
racing
lacking
game.
news segment, this one, isn't it?
Yeah, you put it there.
No, you did. You ninjaed it in. I didn't put it in there. It's a fucking Asia show.
I'm guessing it's going to be Trackmania for racing. RTS is probably StarCraft. Looking at the
Sports
FIFA,
and first-person shooter. If it's run by Cadred, could
Source.
be
Source or CS:GO.
Yeah, that would suck. But good for
Aha,
them.
I thought 1-on-1, but it's not okay.
Yeah. All right. So let's move on.
The team game is probably Source.
Alright.
You wanted me to bring this up. This was Moon.
Yeah,
Yeah, you wanted this, right?
yes.
Desperately wanted it. Okay, let me just find that little article because I think there we go. I'll bring it up. So apparently, some researcher with less hair than me has come out with an article that basically says, yeah, Moon in 2007 earned more money than MC in 2011. What was the point of this article?
Yeah, the point of the article is that it's growing within me that people are thinking that eSport was created in 2010, 2011.
You're rebelling against Team Liquid again, I guess.
No. It's you know, people
but
in
I agree
Sweden,
with
people
you.
on Reddit, people, you know, within the industry, people looking at the industry. I mean, it's nothing new that you can win big bucks in esports. It's not new that you can get a big salary. It's not new that it's big media attentions. And I mean, people say this Twitch MLG NASA thing with CBS, it's so big, it's going to change everything. It's happened before. It's some other way it's happened before. And the same is like, oh, the prize money now in StarCraft 2, it's so many tournaments, it's so much money, the salaries are crazy. I mean, Moon, he won, was it like $160,000 that year?
Yep.
I don't think that he got a single penny from those prize money because he has such a crazy salary for meter makers. So he was stable, having a good salary and taking no prize money. And I would bet that maybe some of the EG players like Idra or Huck maybe have one of those contracts.
Nah.
They have a high salary, but maybe no prize money. I mean,
No way.
I'm just saying that that's a way of doing it also, and you can have crazy salary. I mean, when he went on to win
Yeah, but
Fox,
it's
he
kind of
made
like-
even more money.
You would want your competitor to be able to take prize money home because that's going to motivate him.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely getting prize money, for sure. But if you look at some of these football teams that pay players crazy amount of money, they take all the prize money and they give bonuses to players for winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Quantic give bonuses. They pay like 110% prize money.
But the
Yep, it's true.
the idea behind the art.
interesting.
Oh, sorry.
I think. So I heard when I was drunk.
Okay.
Some club
Somewhere.
somewhere.
It's weird that teams leave them then.
Huh?
It's weird that teams leave them for random French teams.
I don't know. But yeah, so your point is basically
Esport being big is not new, and people have made money before and will do in the future. The only big change is the streaming part.
Okay.
That's the only change that has happened the last 5 years, which is huge, but it's just, getting one extra leg.
The audience has grown a lot, but I guess the money is lagging behind a bit. But the money is coming in on different avenues now as well.
But how much?
Before a lot of money was concentrated among the players, now money is being spent on lots of stuff like.
But I mean, Counter-Strike 1.6 had a shit ton of fans. I don't think it's so much bigger in StarCraft 2 at the moment, in number-wise. I don't think so, but I could be wrong though.
Okay. Well, moving on, also about esports getting bigger and people putting in money that's already happened before. Google have invested 30 million into Machinima. Just to give you the article that we've got on All Things 3D. Basically, Machinima are one of the biggest gaming kind of corners of YouTube. There's a lot of people that create content for them over there. Now, Google have invested 30 million into Machinima to help them, as far as I can tell, to create more content and maybe acquire more content. This is really interesting, and I think it's interesting because of where we are in esports right now with Twitch TV and Owned, which we spoke about last time. Because YouTube Live is also launched in Sweden very recently, so you're actually able to now stream on YouTube Live in Sweden. But also Machinima had the contract to actually go out and find live streamers for gaming to bring them onto YouTube Live. Which basically is kind of the point, because it's like someone saying, well, we're investing 30 million and we might see Machinima use that to try and, either acquire or get into, like having Dreamhack on Machinima, for example. Because they have actually been Machinima to quite a few LAN tournaments.
Yeah.
So did you meet them at Dreamhack? They were there, I do believe.
Not personally, but I know they've been there.
Yeah. So it's interesting to see and it's also quite interesting for Google to do this, because a lot of people have criticized Google saying, okay, you've invested 30 million into a content producer, but you say you don't normally do that. And now you have, so it gives them an advantage to get like hits and get more views, as opposed to just someone who wants to create content for themselves. So they've had some criticism there as well. But any predictions on what you think Machinima might do with it, if anything, within esports? Because I could just be making it up as I go along.
Well, I mean, I don't know what they're going to do. It's really hard to say what they're going to do. I mean, live streaming is definitely something they're going to do. I mean, I know Machinima is looking to get into esports.
Oh.
I know they've been contacting players and teams and organizations. They're gearing up to do stuff for sure. It's just a matter of how they're going to do it. I know I mean, if you look at the majority of teams and players are already contracted to Twitch and Owned.
Yeah,
they're not going to move. It's going to be really hard for them to get content, basically, to be able to compete.
No, I don't think so. I think my take on it is that Google will not steal all of the esport part, but they will steal the gaming part, the casual part. And I think that Twitch has done it really good the last couple of months, maybe half a year, getting in new other kind of gamers into it, not just esporters. And I think that Twitch will have a hard time to keep those, because it's more attractive for them to stream on Google. But Google will be a bigger platform. It will be integrated with the Google Plus, and I think actually this is the way for Google Plus to become bigger than Facebook, or take more ground on Facebook. Because if they can integrate it with everything and having the live stream, then you actually have a reason to go into Google Plus.
Yeah, so the live part is actually through Google Plus.
Yeah.
It's not through like YouTube. It's
that hangout part. Well, actually, really nice that I can call Fredrik, and then we can watch YouTube together and talk over this hangout thing. And I really thought it was like sweet and worked really, really easy. No configs, no anything, just worked directly. But I don't think that we acquire any esports team or esports organizations, because I think that Twitch and Own 3D has done so much personal investment, coming to tournaments, supporting, being online 24/7, supporting if you have any technical problems and so on, helping the players out in any kind of way. And I don't think that Google will do that, because the gaming industry is so much bigger than the esports industry. So it would be stupid of them to invest money into esports. But of course,
Yeah.
more money into esports would be good, but I don't think that Twitch TV and Own3D has to be so afraid. And I know that like Kevin from Twitch, he it's no surprise that Google is coming. They've known it for years and they are prepared and they have a good strategy for it. So I'm not worried for Twitch or Own3D in that regard.
Twitch is worried as well. I saw the executive show that Odie is on. They had this guy from Twitch on. It was Kevin, yeah.
Oh, I didn't see it. Sorry, but
and that question actually came up, and they're not worried about Google at all because, like you said, Google is a lot, or YouTube is a lot more casual.
Yeah, but it's always good to get the casual viewers actually looking at esports every once in a while because they might find they like it, and it means that if we lose some of them from Twitch to the a more casual side of the industry, which is Google Live, it means that the growth of esports could be stunted a little bit, and then we separate the communities over the live streaming. So you've got your casual, and then you've got your too hardcore, and then we end up having to still upload VODs to YouTube to try and approach that casual viewers, casual gamers, to see if they're interested. But either way, yeah. So it's worth just mentioning, worth keeping an eye on. It's always good when more money gets invested into something gaming, and we'll see what they do with it over at Machinima. So then, over in League of Legends, we're past the general gaming news. In League of Legends, just quite interestingly enough, MVP have picked up 3 League of Legends teams. You're just chuckling right now.
Yeah. Would you ever do it?
You don't have to scout. You just pick up 3 teams and see what team does the best, and then you kick the other 2. I guess.
I think they did something cool with like having a red and blue and white team or something like that. It's cheeky, but it just shows how big League of Legends is in Korea and what amazing work OGN has done. And what I'm most impressed with OGN is that their attitude towards the Western world. Like having English commentators, inviting the English teams, or it's only American team, right? Which got so owned though. But
Fnatic was there as well.
Fnatic, yeah. But they were sent home. Anyway, I think it's cool, but why pick up 3 teams? That's stupid.
I'm guessing if you have the space and you can get people for free and just sit there and train, it's
free.
It's a no-brainer.
I know IM also put up a team, but I just think they acquired 1 team. Yeah. Maybe 10 players.
I mean, it's the biggest game at the PC banks in Korea right now, so it's so big, it's crazy.
And thanks for the overlay there, Trance. And of course, we can also see on Facebook, I think these are the teams that were announced. It's on the Team Razor's page that you can see. So basically, League of Legends, no surprise, very big. MVP going into it, okay. It is huge over in Korea and also China. I think Moletrap as well is going to be commentating League of Legends for OGN.
Yes, he will.
So that's
he is, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. And of course, we can see these happy little League of Legends players. This one here using his keyboard as a comfort keyboard, as he's scared to be out the house. This one using his keyboard as a machine gun. And this guy there just kind of hiding behind his keyboard saying, please don't come near me or I'll twat you with it.
Yeah, isn't that a Banshee one?
Yeah, who knows?
But it looks like a Logitech.
But yeah, so it'd be interesting to see just when OGN get involved and how the investment pays off for MVP.
But one interesting part was that Meet Your Makers were not mentioned here, but Razer was, and I think that MVP wasn't sponsored by Razer before Meet Your Makers, right? So now they are like Razer MVP in League of Legends, but Meet Your Makers MVP in StarCraft 2. I'm confused.
I'm guessing
I think the contract must have been for the
Korean StarCraft teams are basically, I think they're really afraid of the OGN teams coming in, or what do you call them? The SKT one.
The Brood War teams, yeah.
So they're basically trying to cover their bases and get new revenue.
I haven't thought about that. Of course, it's so smart of the StarCraft 2 organizations to move on into League of Legends when the Kespa teams move into StarCraft 2.
Because they already have the infrastructure as well with team houses and stuff, so it's a good move.
Yeah. Good point.
Well done. 1 point to you, Newman. That brings you up to a total of -10, but you're still in the lead over Hellspawn. All right, then. So moving back on to some not general news. We did League of Legends. Going to go into some Quake news. Actually, just announced 30 minutes ago that the sign-ups, 16 players, have been announced for Dreamhack.
Woof!
You don't even know about this, do you? Come on, admit it.
No, but I knew it was coming, but I thought it was coming tomorrow.
No, it happened 30 minutes ago. You can already see Maddox, Guard, Scoot, Weird, Draven, Pony, Maxtor, Kilson, and surprisingly enough, this is the big surprise, it's Cooler, because Cooler apparently retired according to his blog post.
Yeah, what's up with this, huh?
So, what is going on here? Invited players. Oh, sorry. Yeah, and you can also see the others of the 16 there. So
Starting to look good, I think.
Oh, we got Dahang and DKT from Evil Geniuses coming over. Already looking to be a really good tournament. Pavel and Evil are going to be great additions as well. So I'm just interested about this Cooler, though, because apparently he had retired. So, and this is what happens when people announce Cooler. They just start spamming.
For the viewers not knowing who Cooler is Cooler. That's all.
That explains everything.
But actually, I don't know. For once, within the Dreamhack, maybe I don't know anything about Cooler. I know he has been contacted by our admins, so but I cannot say if it's like he's changed his mind or if it's true or.
Let's see if he shows up.
Yeah, you never know about Cooler. I think actually it was one Dreamhack magazine where we had Cooler on the front page.
Yeah, that was really
and
funny.
he didn't show up.
Yeah.
I think you were commentating it, right? Dreamhack Summer
No,
2010.
I remember walking around because I turned up to Dreamhack early. I just like watching people work rather than working myself. It is still exhausting, and I just remember Grey Khan showing me the awesome magazine. It had Cooler on it, like Cooler coming to Dreamhack, and then he didn't turn up. And how many magazines did you have print out?
I think 15,000 copies.
15,000 copies of Cooler's face. At least he was there 15,000 times, but he was meant to be there 15,001 times. So, yeah, no one knows what's going to go on with Cooler, but it'd be great if he turns up, and I think a lot of people will be looking forward to watching the Quake Live tournament. I imagine the Level Up guys will probably be commentating that, so you can Disrepute and Zoot.
We haven't announced them yet.
We haven't announced them yet.
Like,
Probably.
can someone go?
Who else from Level Up is going to be commentating?
Seriously, can't you guys go to England and kidnap War because he lives there, right?
He never wants to come to that.
Yeah, but go and kidnap him.
But this is
Like,
duel. This is not the game.
it doesn't matter. I think that I like Disrepute.
He never comes to tournament.
I know, but I really like his commentating.
Yeah,
He's really good.
He's a land dodger.
Yeah, but go and kidnap him.
Well, that's great advice.
Come to Dreamhack.
Yeah.
Right, well, it's up to Trance. He works with Level Up to see if that will happen. All right, so that brings us at the end of all the news that we've covered in terms of things that have been announced.
Is Maddox still in Dignitas?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Right.
Go Maddox.
I think so. They might announce something soon in the chat. You never know.
Things are happening during this show.
You're really on top of your team, aren't you?
Every time I say something, and word is going to change that in the chat.
News was coming from Odie chat.
Yeah.
Newman, you're
I'm
fired.
just watching. There it is.
Odie just says who? Maddox Odie. He's in your team.
Michael.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, so someone mentioned Cloud's vlog about casters, but I don't think we need to cover that.
I just want to say one thing.
Yeah.
Grow up. It's a thing competing. It's one thing working.
Yeah, I think you can't compare competitors to shoutcasters in terms of how much money or what their work ethics are like. But I do like Cloud, and I like...
Me too. He's awesome. And I think he had good points towards the casters, that some of the casters should put more effort into it. But I mean, it's also about the organization trying to choose the casters that are putting in work, doing a good work.
Just to sum this up for people before we talk a little bit more on it, it was basically Cloud did a video blog, and on that video vlog he just basically said casters, the majority are getting it easier and they get paid a lot of money and they don't do much work compared to the players that do lots of work and all that other stuff. But then he also complimented a lot of different things. But you can watch it, make your own opinion up on it. I personally really like Cloud, and some of the stuff might have been good points. But I only know Apollo from StarCraft 2, and he's works all the time.
Yeah, but one thing is though, I think he's got challenged twice with show games throughout this blog. But to be honest, I think that Apollo will defeat him so hard in the show game, and it was just funny to hear Cloud saying he doesn't know so much about the game, or he knows a little bit about the game. And I think that maybe Apollo knows the most of the game.
Apollo's like High Masters GM and
Well,
race
Apollo's going
is
for Grandmasters,
quite
but he's
good.
High Masters right now
Yeah.
in random.
In random.
And
So
he's,
saying he
but the
doesn't
thing
know
is,
the
it's
game
like
is a bit-
you can play the game to compete one race, and you can be amazing at commentary, like Grubby at Protoss, or you can play the game knowing that you don't need to compete, but you can spend more time analyzing it rather than working on your own mechanics to get better. And I think Apollo's chose the right choice. So I don't think he'll be able to beat many pros. I know he's beat some GMs and stuff, but if he went up versus Grubby or Cloud, he'd probably still get beat. But anyway, some people are asking us to cover something about Dreamhack, but we did that last week, so we're not covering it. You should have been here. So instead of doing that and just shouting at viewers, we're going to move on to finish off the show, because we're already over 2 hours, to Semmler's segment, which is what to watch next week. What's coming up, what's going to be awesome, and then, of course, we'll finish up the show. So, Sem, over to you. And how's the chat fight been going, by the way?
Chat's going well. Chat's going well. Just
Okay.
keeping an eye on things. I love our chat. Fuck moderation.
Yes.
Just glad that these guys can
Back
talk
to
freely.
segment now.
All right, back to segment now. Back to segment now. Okay, so we covered this last week. We're going to do it again. This week, what you want to watch, what you want to tune in for. And we're going to start off with StarCraft 2. And what have we got? We got the GSL Code S Round 4, the semifinals of the biggest, most prestigious league StarCraft 2 has to offer. And that will be happening Thursday morning, let me see, 11 a.m. CEST. CEST. And who's going to be playing? It will be MVP going up against StarTale's Parting, and Hero from Team Liquid will be facing Squirtle. So I'm personally very excited about this. I cannot wait to watch. It is going to be an amazing Thursday morning, night, if you guys are tuning in from the States. But guys, definitely watch that. Also on the StarCraft front, we have the 5th Scan Invitational. Newman's going to be happy about that. Happening
it
this
presented now?
Saturday. What's up?
Is it official now?
It is official. It is official, yeah. You got a bit of a sneak preview if you were watching the Quake tournament happening on Sunday. But yes, the Scan Invitational will be happening Saturday the 12th. And there will be about 1K in British pounds to be picked up. 8 players invited. Apollo is saying who's to be invited each day. I think he's giving 2 players per day on his Twitter. So if you're not following Apollo,
First two,
go handle
Thorsane
that.
and Lucifron.
Lucifron as well, yeah. So, Forsen?
Yeah.
Thorzane. Yeah, okay. I was about to say Forsen, really. Thorzane and Lucifron are the first 2 players out, and Apollo should be on the other 2 for today. In any case, we have Grubby. We mentioned it earlier. Grubby will be doing the commentary for the Korean qualifiers that will be happening for MLG Spring Arena. He's doing that with JP McDaniel, and they're going to be over at MLG.tv tomorrow and today, actually, starting at 7 p.m. EST, which is a god-awful hour here. I think it's in the middle of the night or something like that. In any case, if you're tuning in from Euroland, good luck with that. But
Wonder who's gonna win.
yeah, I wonder who's gonna. Yeah, I wonder who's gonna win.
What is it?
Hellspawn.
Reddit.
MLG
Thanks,
seems to really like Grubby, though.
They do.
Yeah.
I fancy that.
Huh? What?
MLG really like Grubby.
But I think it's a shame that he's commentating so much. He
I
should-
think so as well. I
He
think,
should just compete and win.
I think some of his fans are actually quite disappointed that he's not competing.
It's
because
it's a bit of a.
because it's kind of like, you follow a player and you every time you see him commentate, you think, well, he's not competing. Obviously, it's the Korean qualifiers and he can't compete in it. But when he was at the MLG, Spring
Yeah, especially
Arena-
picking commentating over actually playing when he had a check.
Well, I mean, everyone knows that like commentating is stable money because you know what you're going to get when you turn up. You know what I mean? Like
I wonder who said that recently.
Yeah, but I'm not blaming him at all. I think maybe it could be a good choice, but what he should do then is just maybe retire and then go full commentating. Maybe he's trying out his ground to see where he want to go. I think actually that he will choose to compete anyway. But of course, getting home those money to is also a good part. But I'm just sad. I want to see Grubby win the big tournament. I think that he has had it in him to be able to do it, and he hasn't succeeded yet. So it's just a shame. He should go all in.
I don't think you can give it as much weight though, because these are online. He's doing it from home. So I mean,
that's true.
you know,
but
it's
but
not- it's
didn't
not like
he do
he's flying to New
ESL
York.
and he did MLG? I mean, he's commentating so much.
yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
Yeah. So of course, the big things you mentioned were GSL Code S Scan Invitationals, which is
Scan
going to be here on
Invitationals Saturday.
Saturday, and then the MLG Spring Arena Korean qualifiers, which will be on MLG.tv.
The most important thing to tune in for is
That's-
Apollo's Learn to Play tomorrow.
If you don't watch that, you won't know
Exactly.
what
Forever bronze.
Forever Bronze. It's a good name for a show. All right then.
Forever
So yeah.
Bronze, now it's Forever Plat. Then I can host the show. All right, so coming up this week in Dota 2, we have 3 straight days of the Gosu League. We talked about this last week. It is a league hosted by Gosu Gamers, just started up. We have a game each day, and let's see, who are we starting off with? Of course, it's going to be Team Infused going up against Kita Gaming. Now, Team Infused, Wagamama. This is the game that's actually fairly important. It's happening tonight because it's going to decide who gets a third place spot in the groups. So definitely tune in for that one. You can find more information at gosugamers.net and also joindota.com. They're both giving information regarding the league. Just to give you a preview of who's coming up tomorrow night, it is going to be Gosu versus DTS, and on Thursday we'll have Moscow 5 going up against Enro. So a lot of Dota 2 coming at you the next 3 days. Definitely tune in to watch that. In the FPS World Counter-Strike, this Saturday there will be a tournament. It will be the CS 1.6, let me see, Intel Core Challenge. That's right, hosted by Inferno Online right here in sunny Stockholm. The teams will be fighting for 10K USD in prizes. And
that's on HLTV.
HLTV.org.
We'll be covering that, and that should be good for the Counter-Strike scene. I'd like to see how that works.
I'm glad that we had some Counter-Strike news to put in, to be like, hey, tune in to watch this. It's happening.
Yeah.
But in any case, last but not least, we have Bloodline Champions, and the second qualifier, this is the second arena, third qualifier, will be happening this Sunday, and it's hosted by me. We're doing the arena. It's going to be a Bloodline Champions tournament. I'm going to invite 8 teams. From the top of the ladder, also from the star ladder, we're going to make up for the fact that SLS screwed them over. We're inviting the star ladder teams to give them one more chance at qualifying for Dreamhack Summer. So be sure to tune in then if you enjoy Bloodline Champions. We're going to be covering that. The top 2 teams will qualify for Dreamhack, and the top team takes home $300.
It's like how someone's like, news to me, but don't care.
Yeah.
No.
It's fun.
I like it. It's
you
good.
know, a lot of the BLC community ask me every week to ask you, Hellspawn, what's your genuine opinion of BLC as a game? Like, objective opinion.
From the beginning, in the beta, I really liked it. I played it quite a lot, and I think that like the last maybe 3-4 years was one of the best experience I had with the game at the get-go.
Yeah.
But I got tired of it really fast, and I didn't have any friends to play with. Mm-hmm. And then I think when they brought in Too Good into the
it all went downhill
to the studio, I think they had a really good or strong launch event. They did it in Stockholm Inferno Online. I think they got a lot of intention into it, but with the wrong price. What's it called? Model. Yeah. And also that they have screwed around with the servers. I think the game has hit too many, fans.
Roadblocks.
Yeah.
I like the game. I think that maybe the game was a little bit too flat, that they needed a little bit more depth into it, or I don't know. But I liked, all with the tournament system and how it was ran, and
What we're going to do, right? We're going to edit your little speech there, take all the good things you say, and then make it some sort of Bloodline Champions testimonial from Hellspawn, and I'll send it over to Funcom to publish.
I'm just glad that it's really cool that Dreamhack can be maybe like the community together with Star Ladder for BLC. So I'm glad that the Stunlock Studios is doing Dreamhack once again. It's great.
Yeah, and of course, so you've got your Bloodline Champions this Sunday. You've got your Counter-Strike on Saturday, May the 12th. You've got your Dota 2 all 3 days coming up with a different game each day on the Gosu League. They're on Twitch TV. And in StarCraft 2, you've got your GSL round of 4, May 10th. And then you've also got the Scan Invitationals on Saturday, which is going to be here on this channel with Apollo, also brought to you by Team Dignitas as well, and also the MLG Spring Arena qualifiers with JP McDaniel on today at May 8th, and also tomorrow, May 9th. So some good esports to watch. Anything you're excited to watch, or are you just not bothered over there in the corner? You look tired, like we should let you go.
Scan Invitational, definitely.
Scan Invitational.
I'd probably tune into the MLG North American qualifiers as well. I think they'll be quite interesting. Someone should really make a TV guide for esports, to be honest.
I had the best idea for a site 2 years ago, and I'm just amazed that no one has done it yet. So there is a room for it. But for me...
what was the site? Was it
still secret. I can still get a millionaire on esports. Anyway...
Jesus Christ.
No, but...
Mate,
anyway,
our viewers are very different to other viewers. They, the fact that they tune in, I'm already impressed, guys, that you've figured out how to get here. So don't worry, you can tell all our viewers they won't steal it.
I'm gonna watch maybe the Counter-Strike tournament.
You're gonna what?
The Counter-Strike tournament at Inferno Online.
Nice dodge.
I'm probably going there maybe if I
Probably
get
just
the
go there
time.
live.
Huh?
Probably just gonna go there and watch it live.
Yeah, but maybe I'm gonna have some spare time because Diablo 3 is coming up next week. Oh my god!
Yeah, Diablo 3. Yeah, we're cancelling shows here.
Is it next week?
Yeah, Tuesday. Yeah, interestingly enough,
I haven't bought the game, so
Europe gets Diablo 3 first.
oh yeah,
Because you can install Diablo 3 on May the 14th at 8 o'clock in the morning, and then you can play it at 12 o'clock, 12:01 on May 15th, 1 minute past the hour. And it means America gets it later, but it's also not being released in Russia, even though their time zone's ahead of us, so they won't be getting it until like June 6th to 8th, I think it is. And the Australia and Korea and China are all grouped into the American launch time. So Europe get Diablo 3 first, which means I will get world first Inferno. And then I'll be famous, just like a fiend. I could be like a fiend, man, like a real pro gamer, you know?
Look, if you're getting into a fiend, you're gonna be like the best player, because a fiend is the best. So.
Get the fuck
Heard it
out.
here first.
A fiend is like just a big joke.
No, I like him. I mean, I watched so many of his shows and episodes and streams over the years, like.
Yeah.
And I didn't meet him at
But that's
Dreamhack
not
Winter.
because, that's not because you like
him.
a fiend. That's just because you don't have a girlfriend.
Yeah, maybe
Okay?
That's true.
I watched actually a fiend when I had a girlfriend too. So.
And, yeah, okay, whatever. He's actually quite a nice guy. But, you know, I think he's going for, like, World First Inferno. So I'm going to compete. I'm going to fucking do it. And, dude, my body is like a temple. I can take this on. I can take this challenge on. Once, I played World of Warcraft for 4 days straight to get, like, first level, whatever it was. The
No
first
rest,
expansion.
no sleep.
Yeah, but this is what's impressive about it. I even had time to have sex mid-leveling.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like that when gaming.
I played for 2 days straight, and I was up for a day before. It took me 3 days, so I played like that. And my girlfriend got so obsessed that I wasn't seeing her that she walked to my house, which was 4 hours away, and I hadn't showered in 2 days, and she came round and she just wanted attention. So I did what I should have done, and then put her in a taxi shortly afterwards, because I said I have to go back to level my Orc Warrior, which must have been a highlight of her life. Surprisingly enough, that relationship didn't last. So I'm going to do the same thing with Diablo, and I'm going to play it for, like a week straight. And even if I'm not done, I'm just going to cancel another week of shows and continue until I'm done, or someone beats me. So, yeah. Sorry about that, Jess.
Yeah.
You weren't more important than my Orc Warrior, though.
Yeah, I mean,
Orc Warriors
happened
are
with while raiding.
I mean, World of
too, so-
Warcraft accounts are forever. Girlfriends. Just when you're horny.
You probably sold the account later on.
What?
You probably sold the account later on anyway. Didn't you?
Nah, I didn't. But I did sell out my girlfriend.
I thought it was hilarious. Like, what's it called? Skatteverket, the one doing taxes. I think it's a troll account, though. It's not the real
Yeah,
one.
it's a troll
But they
account.
tweeted today that, like, oh, don't forget that you have to put in your earnings from World of Warcraft selling accounts in your declaration. So, or no, it's not called that. It's called. I don't know. You know, the Swedes know. The other one don't understand it at all.
All right. So let's finish the show here. Guys, thank you for watching The Good Show, episode number 3, powered by Asus. Make sure you go over and like their Facebook page,
Doing
enter
your
the competition if you still want to. It's still ongoing, and it really does help us, and I can't stress that enough. We're pretty much a independent studio, and even when we take on sponsors, we don't like overcharging them because we just want to get started. And if we can show that actually, you know, you guys are enjoying the content and what they help us do, then maybe I can rinse them for lots and lots of money. And then we'll all buy beer and whiskey together. Brilliant. All right.
Hooray!
Yay.
Say goodbye to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
corner.
Bye to the corner.
Bye, corner. See you
Follow
next
me on
time.
Twitter.
Oh, God, not
Don't
again.
follow me on Twitter.
Follow
You hate
Hellspawn on
follows.
Twitter at Hellspawn Lord. At Hellspawn Lord. And otherwise, you can just grab him over at Rakeka and you'll be able to find them there as well. Thanks, Newman, for coming on the show. And I guess we'll see you guys tomorrow if you're going to be tuning in for Learn to Play StarCraft 2 with Apollo. See you then.